This is amazing. The Act Ma'am just dropped a video on Twitter where he accidentally exposes himself as a complete fake, a liar, and in general, a person who does not care about absolutely anything else but his image online. This is great. And we're gonna watch it.
Alright, what's up everybody? This video is going to be posted on Twitter. It's going to be the evidence I talked about in regards to the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. If you're in the loop on that, great. If not, long story short, I made a tweet about Sweet Baby Inc. looking into it, and it has reignited the discourse around Starfield. So let's start with this.
This has absolutely nothing to do with the discourse surrounding Starfield, by the way. He's already lying, essentially. This has absolutely everything to do with the fact that when Starfield came out, as from Heel vs. Babyface, did the most brutal take ever in humanity's history that pretty much solidated him in a glorious meme status. And Actman obviously did not like that, so he tried to make fun of him without even taking 5 seconds to understand, Az's opinion, his position, why he's saying anything. He just saw, oh, bald man with a little bit overweight. Oh, let me just use that as free content. And then he did. And then the whole of the internet hated him and clowned on him for being an absolute loser. And the longer this goes on, the worse the Act Man is with all of his stupid woke takes. And so, obviously the Act Man doesn't like being a loser, or perceived as a loser by most people, so now he's doing absolutely everything, including lying, flat out lying, that I will show you later on in a couple of tweets with this additional context. You know, he just wants it to go away because he's tired of people making fun of him. Oh, the poor millionaire. His life is so hard. People on the internet make fun of his stupid opinions.
This account made this tweet, how it started versus how it's going. You know, kind of clowning on me a little bit. And I'm like, I don't recall hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. when all that Starfield discourse was going down. So I've only learned of this company's existence in the last week or so. By the way, it turns out Starfield has no connection with Sweet Baby Inc. as far as we know. My offer to Az is still open if he changes his mind and wants to talk with me, public or private. So here's what Az says. We had an opportunity to speak. I lost interest when you were talking out of both sides of your mouth. One side saying you wanted to talk and we were trying to arrange a time. The other side making more videos shitting on me for views as you were just another content engagement farm.
Yep. And he's gonna prove that, by the way, with everything he says. And the funniest part is, the Act Man doesn't even understand that.
You showed me who you were, someone not worth the time of day.
Yep.
Okay. This kind of upsets me.
Obviously, doesn't get his way. A person with 2 million subs, I think at this point. 2 million subs, and this poor peasant Heel versus what now? With only like 400k subs, dares not to speak with me? How? How can this pleb actually do that? Obviously, it upsets him.
Because content engagement farmer, meanwhile, yesterday you made a 13-minute video based off of 2 tweets I made.
Yes. Az at no point actually stated he's not a content engagement farmer. That is what you stated you aren't. While, constantly trying to drag this out and make yourself look good. And now that you don't look good, this is an issue. Also, you're responding to this. There were so many ways, as you will see later on in his video even, that he could have done this without making it a public thing and attracting attention. But the Act Man chose to do this. And now he's trying to say that Az is the content farmer. Yet he's the one who started it. He's essentially also the one who's continuing doing it.
Who's farming? You say I'm content and engagement farming, but I made one video on the topic in which you were not the sole focus of it, and I didn't use your face or name in the title or thumbnail.
Hey, you don't need to put someone's face and name in the title or thumbnail to use them as content. How stupid do you need to be to not understand that?
Not much of a farm, is it? So look.
It is? Hey, I farm a lot of Asmongold content, and sometimes he's not even in the thumbnail. He's not even in the name.
Look, man, you got your reasons for not wanting to talk to me after all this. I understand.
No, you don't.
What I don't get is why you're continuing to fan the flames and
because he has the right to do so if he chooses to. You have already shown all the bad faith that you possibly can, so, well, if he wants to, why can't he?
or me for content if that's what you're calling me out for doing. I'm posting this video to Twitter, man. I'm gonna make all of $3 if I'm lucky.
Oh wow, I'm not gonna make a lot of money from Twitter. That makes me not a content farmer. Oh really? Then why post the video at all? Just not respond to it, bury it, and move on. But no, we can't do that for some strange reason now, can we, Act Ma'am?
I don't have plans to make a video on Sweet Baby Inc. or you. So if that's what we're going to do, I'm at least going to share the DMs between me and the third party, which show I continuously reached out with good intentions. We could have talked
no, not really.
On a live stream on your channel. I think a lot of people would have tuned into that. Probably would have gotten a lot of...
That's called content farming, by the way. So he's saying he's not a content farmer, yet all that he's gonna say here, he is describing from the from the viewpoint of exactly nothing else but a content farmer. Oh, I'm not a content farmer, but listen, if we do this would be really good content farming opportunities. So great stuff.
Views, donations, and ad revenue, and we could have squashed the beef in front of everyone. And it's funny.
Yeah. But you only want to squash the beef now that everyone's literally making fun of you for being a loser. Previously, while you thought that you're gonna be the winner in all of this, there was no beef squashing. There was absolutely nothing. While the Actman thought that he is the winner, no beef needed to be squashed.
Because something similar is happening right now with me and another creator, Tommy C. Someone who's arguably criticized me harder than anybody else. If you remember back when my channel got demonetized, he and I had some beef. It was pretty bad. So if me and Tommy can hop on a live stream and hash this shit out, then you and I could have too. Again, for more context, this Starfield hot takes video was posted on September 13th. Now, Az had posted other videos about Starfield discourse. We were both at the center of that. So yeah, of course, we're gonna make content. We're YouTubers, that's what we do. I have...
Oh, he again moved his thing. Okay, I'm gonna just do it like this.
No issues with him criticizing me in this video. I might
really now
disagree with the things that he said, but the fact that he made this video at all, I have no problems with. So this video was posted September 4th.
Wait. I just noticed this. Okay, so, the Actman accuses Az of farming him, but yet, Az doesn't even mention the Actman by his name or anything here. That's a little bit strange, because didn't the Actman use the defense that he doesn't use his name, his thumbnail, his anything in there as his defense? Huh, that's strange how that is a valid defense for the Actman, but not a valid defense for Az in this case. Makes you think.
This video was posted September 4th. This one's September 8th. So all the DMs I'm going to show you are between me and Mauler. I don't want nobody giving Mauler shit for this. He did his best to try and mediate a conversation. He was in an awkward position. Nobody give Mauler shit, okay? So here are the
I don't understand why anyone... Well, I understand why the Actman's brainless fans would try to give Mauler shit for this, but why would anyone who has even a single ounce of critical thinking ever give Mauler any backlash for this?
DMs with Mauler. I say, some people in my Twitch chat were telling me I should ask you to set up a discussion with Az and have you be a moderator. What you think about that? September 6th. Just pay attention to the dates and times. Okay. Mauler says, I'm super unfamiliar with the game. I don't think Az is going to be interested. He's just carrying on doing his thing. Not much of a fan of any of the viral posts about him, being that there's so much missing context about his views on the whole thing. Great. Let's talk, and you can provide that context to me directly. Is there something specific?
As a true self-centered, egotistic person would say, your views? What are you saying? I, not knowing your views, did not characterize your views the right way? How can that be? You need to explain how I am wrong. That would have been a great conversation.
I think you wanted to talk to him about. Well, I think it'd be good for us to talk about it. Could do well for our channels and bridge a gap, so to speak. You make your videos, I make my video. Then we can come together, talk about it on your channel, my channel, and have an interesting conversation. We make content. Hopefully squash the beef, shake hands, move on, everyone's happy. You could pose the idea to him and see what he says. You know me decently well. I'm not the type of person to hold grudges or hate someone just because
I completely disagree with that 100%. The Actman is definitely 120% the exact type of dude who would hold small petty grudges and try to destroy someone who even slighted him in kindergarten once by accident.
Disagree with them. I'm sure we wouldn't just talk about the game, but the concepts of woke culture and media too. I wouldn't necessarily want to treat it as a debate. So at this point in time, I don't want the conversation between me and Az to be treated as like, okay, I'm right, you're wrong, let's fucking go.
Why not?
I think there's too much bad blood at this point. He doesn't believe you made those tweets in the interest of understanding the situation.
Yes.
But rather for engagement.
Yes.
He's not interested, and I don't think he will be convinced otherwise. He felt very supportive of you and a lot of what you had to go through, like the demonetization. So obviously this has created a very sour impression. Understandable. Then let's talk in private, just the three of us. Private conversation, not about content. Let's just try to understand.
I mean, he's trying to say, oh, no, but this was a private conversation. Bro, you literally explained step by step almost here how this was not intended to be a private conversation from the start. It was intended to be content that makes money. And now, how can you be this stupid? How can you show all of this prior and explain that, hey, we could have made a lot of views, we could make a lot of money, we could make a lot of content, and now you have the audacity to come here and say, oh, well, then let's make it private, and then act like this was always a thing that's supposed to be private. How? How can you be this absolutely brain damaged?
Let's just try to understand each other. I made those tweets because I didn't understand what he was saying, and because it's the internet. You know,
so you're making tweets while not understanding what the hell is even happening. That's great.
Public figures, you goof and gaff on me, I do the same. He doesn't strike me as a shy man. What could be the harm in a private conversation? I very much
the fact that you have already demonstrated bad faith.
Appreciate that he was supportive of my situation back then. I will always have a certain level of respect for people that did. Tell him that's why I'm reaching out.
He made that sentence like it's a gaslighting situation. Like, oh, you were supportive of me back then. I respect you for that. Let's talk. Use that as a point to reach out to him. Bro, Mueller probably read that and thought, wow, this is kind of like manipulative, to say the least.
This is still true. This is still true. I still have a certain amount of respect for Az for having my back in my darkest time. It might create more drama to tag Az in a public tweet, and I have no other way to contact him, so I'd like to settle this bad blood if possible. I understand if it puts you in an awkward middle.
By the way, the hint about settling this bad blood was literally just ignore its existence and move on. You know, that was kind of the hint. He's gonna continue doing so. If you don't want bad blood, you just ignore it instead of literally kind of like begging for it.
Man situation. I've spoken with Az, and he said he is happy to have a private chat with us. The idea of no audience and just us to figure out the miscommunications, differences in a call will hopefully have some good outcomes. Only he's gotten a fever, and I think has the flu right now, so might need like a week before setting this up. Do you want to let me know what kind of availability you have? Sounds good. Let him know that I do have a video about Starfield hot takes going up. It's a bit late for me to unpull the trigger, and it is mostly...
I don't understand what it means to be a bit late to unpull the trigger. He can edit those videos out any moment he pleases. He can upload those videos again any moment he pleases. This is not a big issue at all.
For content purposes. As he made a couple videos on the subject, I hope he understands.
So this is being such a little duplicitous evil rat, by the way. Because think about the timeline, okay? So, this is what happens. They get into a fight. Actman looks bad, and now Actman is trying to, mend everything and make everything seem fine. But at the same time, the Actman still has a video that actually attacks and tries to belittle and humiliate Az, and well, there you go. He still has that ready in the pipeline. He's not even offering to remove the parts about him. It's still going up. So effectively, but if this happens, Az is in a trap. I don't know if he intentionally set this up because he's that malicious or what, but this is essentially what happens. They premeditate and put all of their things together. They have a talk. They say everything is fine now. And after that talk, the Actman uploads a video yet again, clowning and trying to make Az look bad. That's what happens. And in that situation, if Az doesn't respond, he seems weak. It seems like the Actman does win at the end of the day in their internet argument beef situation. So the Actman wins because of that. But if Az decides to say, hey, hold on there, buckaroo, and goes at him, the Actman has the ability to say, whoa, I tried to be nice. I thought we squashed this beef, but here you are, yet again, attacking me for no reason. And, essentially play the high ground. So, the fact that this is actually a thing is it just proves all the malice that you actually want to get in this situation. It's absolutely crazy. So it's a good thing Az didn't do it, because he would, from the perspective of others, without this context known, he would have looked bad. Az would have 100% been looking bad, because either he's the dick that doesn't care about burying the hatchet, or he's a pussy for not responding. So yeah, dude, this is so evil.
There are more important things than our squabble disagreement on this subject. He stuck up for me in my darkest hour, so I want to make sure he knows he has an ally should his channel ever face any unfair demonetization of videos, or God forbid his channel gets terminated.
Bro, that almost sounds like a fucking threat. It's not, but it's such a poor choice of words, it's insane.
That's what I was going to say. So at this point you might be asking the question, well, if you're...
Wait, he didn't read one thing though. Tell him I hope the fever doesn't bother him too much.
Going to say. So at this point you might be asking the question, well, if you were trying to mend the bridge, why did you post the video? There's a few reasons. Number one, this Twitter exchange took place over a week, and I had no indication until I finished the video that Az was down to talk to me. This is pretty bad timing.
Dude, it's literally just one segment that you have to remove. He's acting like the whole video needs to be just reconstructed or whatever. Hell no! He just needs to remove like a minute of the video and he's completely fine.
I just spend 30, 35, 40 hours on a video.
Yeah, and spend like, roughly 2 more minutes finding and just removing a small snippet of it.
What am I gonna do? Just scrap it? Reason I post...
Again, he's lying. There's no need to scrap the video. He can just remove a small segment of it.
I didn't think it would hurt his feelings, honestly. In fact, I made a concentrated effort to make...
I did... yeah, I killed people, but honestly, I'm not bad.
Make the video not just about him. I included a bunch of different Starfield...
So did he, but you took it personally.
...hot takes. He seemed like the type of guy who could take criticism, roll with the punches, and laugh at himself a bit.
Oh, he's doing it. You're not doing it at the moment.
I respected that. I'll be available until the 16th. I'll be leaving to go visit someone. As he made a couple videos on the subject, I hope he understands. We're content creators. We make videos. We're both involved in this. I don't have any problems with him making videos about it, so I expect this...
Seems like you do. Otherwise, you would not be asking for this. He's lying so much. If he did not have a problem with this video would not exist.
Same courtesy. I expect the understanding that we can critique each other on videos and come together and actually talk to each other like real people. It's very important he understands that whatever our disagreements on this subject, I am 100% willing to help him should his channel ever be in jeopardy. That being said, I put many hours into this latest video and I can't just pull it. He seems strong-willed though, so hopefully it doesn't bother him much. Big fucking miscalculation on my part, cause it did. I'd be down for a private chat. Come back from my trip. Yo, any updates? I think after the new video, he's absolutely not interested, and that's putting it nicely. Sorry, dude, I think you were both stand-up guys, but some things just don't...
Hey, dude, again, I have absolutely no doubts at all the Actman would come into this conversation being like, okay, I am the one who's in the right here. Now explain to me, plebeian, why am I not 100% in the right, only 99.9%? So pathetic.
Work out. So this is how I start to get the impression that Az just wanted a one-sided shit-slinging contest. He wanted to be the one to be able to make videos, and as I've been showing you, he's ducking every opportunity to actually confront and talk to me directly.
He's not ducking anything. He has his reasons, and he doesn't... Dude, if he doesn't want to talk to you... I don't understand how that is ducking. He already explained why he doesn't want to talk to you. And you have already proven to be a pretty malicious, bad faith actor anyway. So why would he want to talk to you? I wouldn't want to talk. Well, actually, I would take that possibility, but you know, reasons.
All of these DMs had to be done through a third party because he wouldn't reach out to me. Why though? I don't understand.
Why does he need to reach out to you? What? Why? Why do you was okay? A long time ago, the Act Man was very mad that Twitter made everyone being able to get a blue check mark, and I still understand. Remember what he said back then. How will I be able to filter out now the opinions that matter if everyone can have a blue check mark? I'm kind of paraphrasing because I don't actually remember word for word it. But as you can understand, when you put things like this next to each other, it is very blatantly clear that the Act Man is an extremely self-absorbed person that only cares pretty much about himself and arguably doesn't have the capacity to care about anyone else unless it gives him views or internet clout.
He made his videos and I made one. So what's the deal? Again, I don't want to press and make either of you uncomfortable or anything, but I'm genuinely confused. I'm fine with his videos about me being up. I didn't think he was the type of guy to let stuff like that bother him too much. Miscalculation on my part. Rules for thee, but not for me. I get to talk shit. You can't make content about this, Act Man. No. Only I get to.
He didn't say that. He just called you an idiot. He just called you an idiot and a loser for it.
He doesn't believe it's about understanding the situation, so he's not interested.
Yeah, I believe that. I also think that, in fact.
I've asked him a decent bit in a lot of ways, just not meant to be. What does he think my intentions are? If it's a private call, I'm not going to record it to put him on blast or anything. That would be super scummy and make me look like a dick. What's the harm in a private conversation? Like I said, I've
because words like this don't matter.
Asked him about it. I'd prefer to stop varying messages. It's just not meant to be. This is where I left it off. Well, I guess the record will show who was willing to talk and who wasn't. Who was willing to discuss things like men and who cowered
Man must get the last word in, huh?
away like a pussy. I appreciate the effort. Apologies again for putting you in this awkward position.
Damn.
So I'm kind of upset at this point. It's like,
You're not upset. You're literally trying to cover your tracks to make it so that all of this hinges on literally the completely false idea that as for some reason is required to talk to the Act Man after concluding that the Act Man is a piece of shit and not worth even talking to. And the Act Man can't get over the fact that some dude who's smaller than him just has the ability to say no to him. Because when the Act Man says something, you better do that, Sunshine, okay?
I'm trying my best to talk to this guy, and I'm not saying...
Why? Why are you trying your best to talk to this guy?
As didn't have valid reasons and feelings for why he didn't want to talk. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. We both move on. We don't have to talk. The problem I have now...
The problem isn't saying that maybe he had valid reasons to not want to talk to me, is just literally admitting that that he had valid reasons for not wanting to talk to you because it's pointless because you're a piece of S. That's it.
Is that you are using me to farm content and
Yes, you can do the same exact thing against him. No problem there.
Engagement. You are stoking the flames while at the same time avoiding any direct conversation with me.
I don't know why he's acting like that's illegal, but you know, it is what it is.
If you're so confident that I'm a disingenuous asshole grifter who only says whatever the most socially acceptable thing is...
Yeah. Well, actually, no, you're just an idiot. In my opinion, the Act Man is just an idiot. Dude, if I had to pick whose fans are dumber, Asmongold's or Act Man's, honestly, it's the Act Man's 100% down. Like, the Act Man fans are... dude, if the Act Man fans peaked at Wendy's, and that's not a joke, by the way, if you want an Asmongold fan to shut up, just ask them about their employment in McDonald's and how they never got past it. And they will not answer you because none of them have a work experience or a value in life experience above McDonald's. But the Act Man fans are literally below that on magnitudes. I think they're not even unemployed. They're so unemployed they can't even get unemployment checks.
Then expose me for that. Expose me for that on a live stream in front of everybody.
No reason to expose anything here, in my honest opinion. You're already doing a good job yourself.
Where I can't hide behind the magic of editing. Why not? Well, it's safe to say that's probably never going to happen, so what does the future hold? Well, I have been talking with Jeremy from the Quartering, and we were planning on doing a live stream together, talking about this sort of thing, like the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, and maybe the Starfield pronouns and woke stuff in video games, all that jazz, and like have an actual conversation about it. So if everything with the Quartering doesn't work out tomorrow, then I'm going to be talking with Tommy C on his channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, if he wants to talk about the concept of woke in modern games, I'm fucking down to that. Because I think the concept of woke in general is kind of very misunderstood, and it is a broad label. But then again, the concept of what is not woke, because of this over-understanding of the broadness of it, is also bad.
So yeah, I'm done with this petty high school shit-slinging drama.
Good on you. Go do something else. In any case, now let's look at a couple of tweets, because why not at this point? So, how it started and how it's going. To be honest, I don't recall hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. We already saw that. Now let's go a little bit back. Then we have, as responding, we had the opportunity to speak. I lost interest when you started. We already saw this. Then there's more stuff that we did not see. Look, dude, I got the DMs that expose everything you said here as a lie. We just watched this video that makes this tweet a complete fabrication and lie. Again, and how can I actually see when this tweet was done? Is this? I don't even know. I think this is on the 6th. So he gives this, calls as an absolute liar and threatens to expose him for lies with DMs, and he drops a video the next day showing that he's lying about this. There are no DMs that he can show that expose him. I'm still willing to talk to you, private or public, and not go down that route, but you continue spreading lies about me, then that's what I'm gonna do. Did not hear anything about lies. This just seems like a fabrication. What kind of lies is Az making up here? First time I hear about that. Your call. Like I said, my DMs are open. Ooh. Big man, big man. Only the fact that he's making up shit here. We have no idea what Az is lying about. He mentions nothing in the video, and he threatens to expose DMs that destroy him. Dude, if you have DMs that would destroy Az, why just not drop them instantaneously? I don't get it. Why even do this? But that's a lie. We never DM'd each other. All negotiations of discussions were done through a mutual. Dude, again, Az just flat out destroys this cretin. He just exposes his lies, and then he drops a video confirming that he just made up these tweets and lied about stuff. And Az is supposed to be the bad one here. Yeah, all negotiations were done through a third mutual party because you haven't grown a pair and reach out to me directly, and your DMs are closed. Despite this being the 5th time I'm offering you. And again, the fact that how dare you not talk to me? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is? God, that man is such a stupid clown. It's insane. In any case, that was the last one. I don't think there's anything else here. But yeah, the Act Man accidentally exposed himself for lying, then threatened to expose DMs, then gets called out on the fact that there are no DMs, pushes the goalpost into a different field, honestly, at this point, and then just says, "You don't have a pair, dude. You don't have a pair, dude. You're afraid to talk to me because I'm the Act Man, baby." God, what an absolute pathetic loser. Anyway, this was Kuzer Sensei. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye bye.